day by winning the first 3 frames, 52, 90 and 43.
Steve, give your mum a shout. I've just put her steak on and you know she likes it nearly raw.
Come on, Mum, you better hurry up if you don't want to burn up, Frank.
That's the sort of confidence boosting at the start he needed at the start of this session.
That's better.
Nice, Bob?
Oh, just what the doctor ordered after a day like I've had. Oh, that smells good, Dad. Anything I can do?
Just you sit tight, love. Be ready in a jiffy.
Oh, Steve?
Hmm?
If you want to spoil an old lady rotten, would you... You know, magic fingers?
After leading
Sure.
1, the first interval, we led 6-4. The second interval,
Oh, that's good. Down a bit lower. Go on to the left.
went on to lead 8-4.
Oh, that's great.
Now
Oh, you know, if you could bottle this with the quids in.
All part of the service. Guess what the late night film is?
Go on, surprise me.
Now Voyager.
Oh, it's been my lucky night. Oh, I can have a good wallow.
Get on the black.
Let's not ask for the moon when we have the stars.
There you are, love.
Oh, thanks,
Get
Dad.
that inside.
Aren't you having any?
Us civilians eat at a more civilised hour. But I will stop and watch the film. I've never seen it in colour.
I'm not surprised. It's a black and white film.
Well, it'll look better in colour.
Oh, no.
I'll go. Yes? Who wants her? No, she can't. She's having her supper. Do you know what time it is? Well, won't it do till the morning?
Who is it, Dad?
It's Jake, and he says it's urgent.
Hang on. Jake?
I'm sorry to bother you, but I thought you ought to know. There's been another attack.
Right, I'm on my way.
And Maggie, Croft's on duty.
Look, you leave me to worry about that. It's my case, whatever Croft says. How's the girl?
Well, they took her straight to the Middlesex.
Right. You hold the fort. I'll be there as soon as I can. I've got to go out.
Intended position. Beat the other side of that red, so that he can pop the black. But
Can it?
snook it on the black, of course.
Mom,
Where's Genghis Khan?
he's in with the governor.
My God, he didn't waste much time.
Now, hold on, Maggie. There's something else
see
on.
him questioning that poor girl. You like treating a burn with caustic soda.
Oh, come
Do
on,
you remember
Maggie.
the first girl when he found out she worked in a massage parlour? What was his attitude? That she probably asked for it.
Now, simmer down, Maggie. You must admit it did look a bit...
A bit nothing. Now, I don't care if she was the busiest Tom on the game. She has a right to sell it or give it away with trading stamps, but it's her choice. Yes, sir, it's Maggie. Can I have a word with you? Yes, sir. 5 minutes. Still, that gives me enough time. Who's at the hospital?
Gene Evans.
Oh, good. Dr. Ryder?
Well, he left for the hospital about half an hour ago. He should be finished by now.
Oh, no. I want to talk to him. Jimmy?
Night off. Every day.
Tough. I need him here. Who found her?
Miller and Stewart.
No, I want to see their reports as soon as possible. Hello? Is Jimmy there? Well, can I speak to him? No, his boss. Where was she found?
Car park, just off Shaftesbury Avenue.
Well, I want forensics, hoovering every inch of it, and a scene of crime's made at the hospital to pick up the girl's clothes.
Gotcha.
Jimmy? No, look, I don't care who you've got cooking. Just stick her on the back burner and move it. Meet me at the Middlesex in half an hour. Right, Croft. Now, check out the particulars of the other girls.
I've got 'em, Ma.
Go through them for me, OK? I'll be long.
And you think he knows where we can lay our hands on this Fry character?
Aye, but he may want a deal.
No, no way. They used shooters on the job, didn't they?
But if Fry's armed, my lads will need guns.
They standing by.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You could say 5 minutes, sir.
Oh, what's your problem? Must be something special to get you back here this time of night.
It's this rape case, sir. I want to deal with it.
Who's arguing?
Well, I thought that Inspector Croft...
Well, you thought wrong, didn't you? No, I was all for getting you in as soon as call came through. Bob reckon you ought to get a good night's kept start fresh first thing in the morning.
Well, it's very nice of you to be so concerned about my health, but I'd like to talk to the girl as soon as possible.
Off you go, then.
Right.
Now then, we'll go sweat friend Matthews. Got to make one call, be right down. Okay. Don't forget where that glass lives, will you?
Oh, Bob.
I'll get the car.
Right. Look, I'm sorry I got hold of the wrong end of the stick in there. It's just that this case is rather important to me.
No, that's okay. I've got bigger fish to fry tonight. Anyway, rape's not the end of the world.
Well, it is to the victim.
The alleged victim.
Oh, what's the use?
Look, all I'm asking for is a name, age, just something, anything.
I've already told you a statement will be made to the press at the proper time. Until then, on your way, Squire. How'd you manage to get past the desk, anyway?
My persuasive charms.
Yeah,
Look at...
tenor when that failed.
How long's she been here? On your bike. And if your police quack's still in there, it must be serious. Maggie Forbes, the love of my life. Maybe now I can get some cooperation.
I thought it was only undertakers that went in for ambulance chasing. I might have known you'd be first on the scene.
Oh, have a heart, Maggie. There's a story here. That's my job. The public have
Don't
a...
give me all that guff about the public having a right to know. They'll have to find something else to drill over with their Rice Krispies.
I could lead the first edition.
Well, then that's a bit of bad you're having, isn't it? See our friend off the premises, will you?
With pleasure. All right, all right. No hard feelings?
How did that dog get the whisper?
Fair dues, Chief. He's a good reporter. Perhaps he's got radar.
Hasn't Dr. Ryder finished?
A nice time, Maggie.
How is she?
Very poorly. Multiple contusions, shock. She's been badly knocked about. You can see her, but only for a few minutes. And I don't need to tell you to go easy.
Yes, I will. How soon can I have your report, Bill?
Well, it's hard to say, but I won't hang about. Her name's Susan, by the way.
Thanks. Susan? Susan. I'm Detective Inspector Forbes. I need your help.
You need my help?
The man who attacked you. I have to ask you some questions.
I don't want to talk about it or think about
Look,
it.
I know how you must feel. But it might help if you talk to someone.
Do you? Do you know how I feel? Has anybody ever used you? How can you know?
Because I'm a woman. I know it's difficult for you.
Ouch. They did a pretty good job.
You mean there was more than one?
No.
Then what?
Do you know what they do when they know you're a rape case? Do you know what your police doctor did?
I know the forensic procedure, yes.
Forensic procedure. That wraps it all up nicely, doesn't it?
It's necessary. If we're to prove anything when we get him to court.
If you find him.
Now, the sooner you start to tell us, the sooner we can get after him. You take your time.
My name is Susan Ross. I'm 20 and I'm an art student. 3 nights a week I help out behind the bar at the King's Head.
Go on, go on.
Well, it helps to eke out my grant, you see. Anyway, I usually tidy up after closing time. But the boss is good. He never makes me stay to the very end. Well, I run an old banger. And I always park it in the car park opposite the pub. If I'm very late, they leave the gate open for me. I leave my car over near the back wall. Well, I just managed to get my keys out when I heard this kind of scrunching noise behind me, like on gravel. Before I could turn round, he'd clamped his arm round my throat. I couldn't make a sound. I struggled as much as I could, but then I felt something sharp on my neck, and I knew he had a knife. And I was afraid. Oh, God, I was so afraid. Then he dragged me backwards. It's silly. My heels were scraping in the gravel, and I remember thinking they're my best shoes. Then he dragged me through a hole in the back wall, into a sort of tunnel.
Can you tell me what he looked like?
He wore a sort of hood, black. He was all in black. He slapped a piece of sticking plaster over my mouth. He had it all ready. He seemed to have everything planned. I started to struggle again, but he was too strong. And he kept hitting me and hitting me.
It's all right.
And he made me lie down on my face and tied my hands up. And then he...
It's all right. It's all right.
The worst part was I could hear people on the other side of the wall walking along the street chattering.
Oh.
And I couldn't do a thing or make a sound to let them...
Come on. Let's go. Drink this there. You better. Can you go on? Susan, I'm sorry to have to put you through all this, but there are still a few more questions. Did the man speak?
No. That was another thing. Not one word.
What sort of build was he?
Oh, I don't know. He was very strong.
There's one last question. I have to ask you this, Susan. What exactly did the man do to you? I have to know. It's important, otherwise I wouldn't ask. I have to know all the details.
Making a few discreet inquiries on my own account.
Oh, yeah? What about?
Trenton knew the girl was here.
And?
One of the porters tipped him off. Well, poor sods are on coolie wages. They can use the brick.
Stay with her, Jean. See if she wants to add anything to her story. Anything at all, however trivial it sounds. Just talk to her.
Yes, Mum.
I'll see that Jenny Forrester relieves you later, okay?
Thank you, Mum.
I think it's our friend again, the frog.
You mean he actually spoke again? Frank?
No, he didn't speak.
He didn't speak. How do you know it's him?
Let's just say by his taste, shall we? Leave it at that.
All right, it's the same bloke. Just because he spoke a bit of the lingo of that first girl, doesn't prove he's French. I mean, I took French O-levels. I can parley with the best of them. Make me French, does it?
Yes, I should just tell you not. So?
What did he say to the first one again?
Well, he mumbled a lot of things. But all the girl could remember was at the end, he said, merci mille fois.
Thanks a lot, right?
Right, he's sick. Oh, the newspapers blew it up. 2 attacks since then, not another word.
So he's realised it's a dead giveaway and decided to keep stum ever since.
Yeah, that's what I think. Well, either he only speaks French or else English with an accent, so he keeps quiet. Talking of quiet, where is everybody?
Oh, I told you there's something big on. Russell and Croft are going to pick up Dave Fry.
Guns issue?
Apparently.
Oh, good luck to him.
Jimmy, find that street map of the Soho area and bring it in. Jake, let's you and I go through these.
That's the Judy Carter file.
Oh, good.
This the one?
Yeah, that's it. Right.
You wanted my report?
Oh,
Voila.
thanks, Bill. Hey, grab a chair.
I'm sorry, Maggie, I can't stand on another corner.
Well, look, hang on just 1 second, OK? Look, what have we got so far? 3 rapes, all by the same man, right?
Well, the rapes had the same physical characteristics, that's for sure.
You examined all 3 girls?
Yes.
Right, same man and getting more violent with each attack. And the first was when? Now, that's Valerie Thorne, masseuse, 23. When was that exactly?
April 14th.
Right, 4 months ago. The next was Judith Carter, married, 2 small kids, just over 4.5 weeks ago. Where's Susan Ross?
They're getting closer together.
Is that usual, Bill?
Yes, I'm afraid it is. Look, Maggie, I'm sorry, I really must go.
All right. Thanks anyway. Bye.
Not all.
Good night.
Good night. The married woman. It says here she just left a pub in the area.
King's Head?
No, the Feathers. Sorry, Chief.
Well, where's that exactly?
Up in the Dean Street.
Oh. Right. Now, we know that Susan Ross worked part-time as a barmaid. Wait a minute. I'm sure there must be some connection. Wait a minute. Where's that massage parlour?
Wardour Street. Well, it's just up the road from the King's Head.
So, the Thorne girl might have known it. I want you to pay that pub a visit.
I
First
know.
thing
It's owned by Tommy Hunter.
That's right. He bought it just after he quit the fight game. Nice little pub. Very popular with the Chinese.
Oh, well, that's enough for tonight. What's left of it, anyway?
Does that mean I can get back to...
Yeah, I'm sorry to have dragged you in. You've been a great help, anyway.
All right. See you bright and early.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, pal, we're not open yet. Another 20 minutes I can serve you.
That's all right. I've called to see the governor. Is he about?
Well, he's out the back. Who shall I say wants him?
Well, just tell him it's business, will you?
Oh, right, you are.
Yeah? And a score on the nose Pendragon, OK?
Yeah, Tommy, we got the law in. What you been up to?
Nothing. I'm as pure as the driven, you know that? Did they say what they want?
No, not a dicky. Shall I try and get rid of them?
Don't be daft. Morning. You want to see me?
Yes, Mr. Hunter. We'd like a word. In private.
Yeah, sure. Here, Fred, go and give him your hand. Now, what's it about?
Well, it's about Susan Ross.
Young Susan, yeah, what about her?
Well, she was attacked on her way home from here last night.
Oh, my God,
No. But she was sexually assaulted.
Oh, poor cow. Let me get my hands on the bastard. I'll do for him. Where is she?
The Middlesex.
What can I do to help you? I'll do anything.
Well, how many people have you got working here?
Well, you don't think, is it?
We don't think anything, Mr. Hunter. We just want to know who works here and how long they've been with you.
Well, you've already met Fred Jarvis. He's my regular barman. Then there's Edie, the cleaner. Diane, my regular barmaid. Sue used to come in to give her a hand.
Somebody called Emile.
Emile Tureau, my cellarman.
Was he French?
No, he's from Belgium.
Well, how long has he been with you?
About 6 months. Why?
Well, can we have a word with him?
Suppose so.
Now?
I'll fetch him.
Just tell me we want to see him. Not what it's about.
Emile?
I met Tommy before.
Seems like a couldn't to me.
I was in uniform then. Crowd control. When he floored that geezer in the 7th, thought I had to cope with my first riot. Oh, thanks, Tommy. Sit down, sir. We're police officers. We'd like you to answer a few questions.
Well, if I can.
You know Susan Ross?
Of course, we work together.
And what time did you leave here last night?
About 1:30. Why?
Why so late when the pub closes at 11?
There was much work to do. There always is after a busy night.
And last night was a busy night?
Of course. And then after there was the show.
What show?
About once a month, a crowd of my old pals from the boxing days come round and we watch telly. Video cassettes I've had done of my old fights. Emile stays late to lend down with the drinks and that.
And you sent Susan home before?
Of course I did.
What about this
She's a
other girl,
lady.
Diane?
She has to get home to her old man.
But what is this? What is this for Susan?
Susan was attacked last night.
And you think it was me?
Well, we're talking with a lot of people, starting with the people she worked with.
But Susan, she's a nice girl.
That didn't help her last night.
How's your written Turin?
Seems straight enough.
Fit Susan's description. Right height, weight. Worth checking, see if he's got any form. Right, James. Back to the office.
Here he's home in about 10 minutes.
Who gave him this load of rubbish?
No one on my team, that's for sure. He came sniffing around the hospital last night for a story, and I sent him off with a flea in his ear. He got nothing from us.
Didn't stop him churning out his usual sensational crap, did it? Look at this. Police last night refused to name the girl who is almost certainly the victim of the latest outrage perpetrated by the monster known as the Frog. As this young girl fights for her life in a London hospital, the beast is free to prowl the West End streets in his insatiable quest for a new innocent victim. I give up. Just how irresponsible can you get? What's Trenton trying to do? Start a panic?
It's all bull and guesswork.
So, what you got?
I think we've established a link with a pub called the King's Head.
Tommy Hunter's place.
Oh, you know it?
Doesn't everyone? It's not going to be too pleased about this little lot.
Well, it's early days yet, but I think it might mean a stakeout. The attacks are getting closer and closer together. Now, I've got a feeling there might be another one soon, and I want us to be ready and waiting for him. Several of the girls have volunteered to act as a decoy.
You handpick them, right?
Fine. I don't know, but there's something in the back of my mind. Something to do with the pattern of these rapes.
Well, let me know when you intend to make your first move. I'll give you all the backup I can.
Right.
After this lot, shouldn't be surprised that I don't have the governor breathing down my neck.
Hello, Maggie, my love. You got the blue-eyed boy with you?
Who?
Superman Croft.
I'm surprised you've got the gall to show your face around here today after that rotten piece this morning. Where did you get your so-called facts from?
Ah, a good journalist never reveals your sources. But if you must know, it was guesswork.
And if your guess had been wrong?
The story would still have sold copy. But I guess right, it seems.
Do we have to listen to any more of this?
No, on your way, Trenton. The lady doesn't like you very much.
Well, perhaps Bob Croft would be more receptive. Now he's a celebrity.
Thanks for seeing him off, Bill.
Anything for you, Maggie? You know, you shouldn't be in a dump like this. You should be at the column door in the sun, sipping an aperitif.
Idiots. Did you read his piece this morning? Oh, salacious junk. Is that what the public really wants?
Afraid so.
Oh, it's depressing. I mean, if a would-be rapist needs any further titillation, all he's got to do is turn to the popular press.
Oh, come on, Maggie. It's not as bad as all that.
Sexist pig. Thanks for coming in. Let me pick your brains anyway. Cheers.
Cheers. Look, Maggie, oh, there's one of your trusty cohorts.
My ears burning.
What kept you?
I've been talking with one of the blokes who found Susan, Sergeant Stewart.
Anything?
That's all in their report. Our forensics have drawn a blank on that tunnel. Signs of a struggle, but nothing in the way of clues.
You know, I've been thinking. If our rapist doesn't work in the pub, he's probably a regular customer, right?
A reasonable assumption.
Bill, what makes a man rape?
Well, lots of reasons. He may be the kind of man who can only relate to women superficially. Sexually, he could be guilty and unsure of himself. So he can only make it anonymously with a woman who is too afraid to be anything but submissive.
Does he have a type?
Well, sometimes, yes, they may have a type that tends to recur. Maybe they have an ideal who's unattainable, so they take anyone who looks like her. You don't want to go into the murkier depths of Freud. Well, not while you're eating. But we've all heard the one about men subconsciously looking for a woman who reminds them of Mum. Or maybe they're hooked on a particular kind of face. Or even a hairstyle.
Valerie Thorne and Judy Carter.
Your theory about the type seems to fit. They're very similar. Could be just the hairdo, I suppose, rather like mine.
So you've noticed it too?
Wait a minute, wait. That's it, I knew there was something. Both these girls look like me.
Yeah, that's what P.C. Miller said.
What?
Well, he said when they found Susan, it was uncanny. She was a dead ringer for you.
Why haven't you told me this before? Jimmy, don't try to protect me. Well, is there anything else anyone has tried to spare me?
What are you going to do?
I'm going to learn to pull a pint.
Are you sure you're not biting off more than you can chew? I mean, how are you going to lead the team and act as decoy?
I'm going to hand the coordination over to Jake.
Oh, Jake's reliable enough.
I've also got Jimmy and half a dozen of the other lads to back me up.
But why you? I mean, didn't you say that several of the other girls volunteered?
I've got the plan. I'm the best one to carry it out.
Still think you're taking a chance?
Now, look, it's a pretty good bet that the rapist is a regular customer. I mean, how else would he have noticed Susan Ross, known her movements, known where she parked her car? And I've checked. Both the other victims used pubs in that area. Now, I've got a feeling we haven't got much time. He's getting more violent with each attack.
All right. Let me know when you hold your final briefing, yes?
Right.
Aye, right. Yeah. Can you give me a couple of minutes, Gov? Yeah, OK. Well, how's it going?
Oh, the alleged victim should be out of hospital in a couple of weeks.
Now, look, Maggie.
I'm very busy.
Here we go again. I wasn't being patronising.
Aren't you?
No, I asked because I wanted to know.
You mean you care?
Of course I care. I wouldn't be in a job if I didn't care. Oh, I know just how ugly rape can be. I did my beat training in Glasgow, and the ground doesn't get any tougher than that. Listen. I handled my first rape case when I was 20. It was a kid, 15. Said the chap next door had raped her. Now, by the time we got around there, the girl's 3 brothers had taken the law into their own hands and gelded the poor sod. He hadn't laid a finger on her. She was up the stick by her own father. So, I have to be damn sure that there has been a rape. But when I am, I'll go in hard, nail the bastard.
You always believe the girl is lying?
Oh, don't be so bloody daft. Of course not. I thought the Ross girl was a serious case, right enough, but you were so het up.
I still am. Do you realise that in some areas the cases of rape have increased by over 70% and that gang rape is on the increase?
I know, but we're doing what we
Yeah, well,
can.
it's not enough. I mean, even if we get the louts into court, they sit there smirking. There's no shame, there's no remorse, and some crummy defence lawyer taking the easy way out, trying to prove the girl is a slag. As if all she's been through isn't enough, she has to endure all that. She gets raped a second time by the legal system.
Aye, well, at least the legal system's one thing you can't blame me for.
Now, don't want her to twig, so be discreet. She thinks I've asked you to keep an eye on her. She'll take it as a vote of no confidence.
But it's not.
No, it's not.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, hello, Tommy. Yeah, how are you, love? Listen, I want you to do me a favour.
Oh, yeah? You been a good boy? What is it?
I want to put a decoy in your place, behind a bar, a woman detective.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, there's just one thing. Well, I'm thinking of trade. I don't want some great bull dyke giving the punters the hairy eyeball, putting them off. You know what I mean? What's she like?
Well, I've heard her described as a pocket Venus.
Oh, well, yeah, I'll have some of that. Send her over.
You'll put her in the picture, will you, as regards the job?
I'll get Diane, my regular, to show her the ropes. Just a question of prices and how to water it down. What do I pay her?
Well, what's the going rate?
You want to haggle?
No, too busy. Listen, keep this one under your hat, will you? And many thanks. Cheers.
Well, that's me ready at long last. Sorry to have kept you waiting, Jake. Steve, love, I've left your supper in the oven, OK?
Right.
Grandad said he might be around later. Oh, try and cheer up a bit, eh? Well, we must go. I don't want to miss the beginning of the film.
Oh, for God's sake, Mum, will you stop it? Stop pretending. Do you really think I'm that thick?
Steve? Jake, wait for me in the car, will you? I'll be out in a minute, OK?
Right.
I was going to tell you after.
There might not be an after.
Steve, it's not as bad as all that.
It is. It bloody well is. I know what case you're working on. I read the papers and I'm not a dummy. Why you? You're an inspector.
It has to be me, love. I have to be the one to carry...
Mum, it's horrible.
Yes, it is horrible. And that's why I have to do the job. Look, since I worked on the force, I've been involved in all sorts of cases. Murders, baby bashes, GBH, the lot.
You know, I've seen things that nobody ought to see. But for me, rape is the worst. You know, when a woman is raped, she has been murdered in a way. Part of her has been murdered, and yet she's still alive. And sometimes she'll never get over it. Steve, what you said about it being horrible, you sounded... You're not ashamed of me, are you?
How can you say that? Of course not.
Remember when your dad died? If you remember, I wanted to leave the force then. And I reasoned that if anything happened to me... Do you remember what you said?
Yeah.
You told me not to use you as an excuse to quit the job. Well, I took you at your word.
Yeah, well, that was then. Oh, I suppose I never thought you'd have to do anything quite like this.
This is all part of that job, love.
It's the worst part.
Look, I've got to go. You just remember that all the lads will be with me. They'll be watching me every second. One false move and they'll have him. Okay?
Yeah.
Well, I expect you'll still be up when I get back. We'll talk about it some more, okay? Steve, I'll be grateful if you didn't mention this to Grandad.
Sure. Mum? I love you.
All right. Let's get the funnies over with first, shall we?
Well, if that little lot doesn't flush him out, nothing will. No, mind you.
What?
A good defence counsel could plead incitement.
Well, thanks a lot.
Evening, miss.
Hello.
Right up the back there, if you wouldn't mind, miss.
Thank you.
I'll keep the gate open for you if you like, miss.
Thanks. I'm Maggie. You must be Diane.
Oh, hello, Maggie.
I'm sorry I'm late.
That's all right. As you can see, I'm not exactly rushed off my feet. Here, give us your coat. Oh, you look a bit of all right. If you're going to have the punter's eyes out like chapel at pigs, you're going to have to fight them off.
Thank you, sir. Fred?
Yes, love.
That man sitting in the corner over there, the one that looks like he'd death off the road. What's with him?
Why, been giving you trouble?
No. Just another look at him, that's all. Is he a regular?
Yeah, medium regular. Yes, sir.
Tommy?
Yeah?
That man sitting over there in the corner.
Who, Stringer?
Was he here the night that Susan got attacked?
Hang about. Yeah, he was. Do you want me to sort him out?
No, don't you do anything. You just leave it to my lads, OK?
Yeah, I told you that blouse would get results.
What do you mean?
Got brown eyes in the corner.
Oh, not bad. Perhaps I've clicked.
Miss,
Yes, sir. What can I get for you?
a scotch, please. Double.
Second.
And one for yourself.
Oh, that's very nice. Thank you, sir. I'll have an orange juice. What?
You're new, aren't you?
Oh, just temporary. That'll be £1 exactly.
And what are you doing after closing time, Miss Teller?
Just washing up a few glasses and picking up my husband from his karate class.
Good night, Mrs. Temple.
Good night, sir.
Come very much.
Miss.
Large Scotch.
That'll be... Thank you, sir.
Time, gentlemen and ladies, please. Let's marry up.
Finishes on the doctor's out, Tommy?
Great timekeeping. Must be all those years in the ring.
You know, Maggie, don't hang about. Shoot straight off home.
Oh, don't worry. I will. To my feet.
As long as you'll be all right. And don't worry about the glasses, because Emile does them.
Good night.
Good night. Would you like Emile to walk you to your car?
Oh, no thanks, Tommy. I'll be all right. Good night. I'll see you tomorrow.
Good night.
Good night, Fred.
Good night. I don't like to think of her going out there on her own, Tommy.
She'll be all right.
The lot of you. Right there on the spot, and he walked straight through you. Now, I know he came from the blind side, and I know we were expecting something else, but for God's sake, I think one of you might have stumbled over him on your way home. Yes, I know I'm being unfair. Well, I feel like being unfair. I'm the one that's got to go in and face Russell. What am I supposed to tell him? D.I. Forbes. Thanks, Bill. Best news I've had. Well, no thanks to you, Diane's going to be all right. That was Dr. Ryder. She managed to scream and a uniformed lad heard her. He ran up just as the attacker ran off, so she wasn't sexually assaulted.
She was still badly beaten up, and you're no further on.
Well, at least we know now for sure that our man is somehow connected with that pub.
Oh, you're sure?
And I think I may have a suspect.
Then pull him in.
Not a suspect in that sense. I mean, I've got nothing to go on. It's just one of the customers who's creepy.
Creepy.
If you were a woman, you'd know what I meant. Look, I'd like to have just one more go. This time there'll be no slip-ups. And, oh, yes, I'm taking Dr. Ryder with me.
At last, our first date. I'd love to have a drink with you, Maggie. I thought you'd never ask.
Well, not with me, exactly. I'll be busy behind the bar. You'll be watching a man.
Oh, goody. That's just my idea of fun. And I'm on call tomorrow night. Still, why not?
Bill, he's odd. You'll be watching him as a psychologist.
Well, that's not my province, Maggie.
If you can give me any kind of professional opinion, I'll find some excuse to haul him in and roast him.
Oh, don't hope for too much. Rapists seldom look the part.
How's Diane?
See for yourself. She's in your office.
I'll see you later. Thanks, Diane.
Should have sussed you as Betty Blue. Tommy never let on.
Oh, don't blame him. We asked him not to.
The truth is, me trying not to talk about Susan in case she was upset. It's a laugh, isn't it?
I'm so sorry, Diane.
Don't upset yourself, girl. You're pure gold doing what you're doing. I hope you know the bastard.
Oh, well, Susan says she hopes I don't.
What?
Oh, no, I understand why. If we get him, there'll be a trial. She'll have to give evidence. She lives in dread of having to tell all those strange faces, all those terrible things she had to tell me.
She's got a good reason, then. For me, it's the other way round.
What do you mean?
I won't be going back to the pub no more. My Ted won't have it. Do you know, when he come up the hospital last night to fetch me, he could see the state I was in, and all he wanted to know was that the bloke, you know, it's like he didn't trust me no more.
Well, perhaps he feels guilty about not taking better care of you.
Could be right. Just have to be patient with him, won't I? Well, good luck. Oh, while I remember, there was something about the bloke. He wore scent.
What, some sort of aftershave?
Expect so. Smelt of lemons.
Hello, Doctor. Long time no see. What can I get you?
Hello, Tommy. I'll wait for the little lady if you don't mind.
Special customer for you? Yeah.
Yes, sir. What'll it be?
Scotch and water, please.
Right. That'll be 43, please, sir.
Keep it half the price.
Every time I think that perhaps one of these punters is that git what did for Diane and Susan, I just want to smash something.
Well, don't think about it then. Well, we're doing a bit of moonlighting then.
Try to keep your voice down. I might have known you'd be sniffing around.
I mean, sniffing around. I often drink in here.
Nothing to do with last night's attack, I suppose.
Oh, well, I wouldn't say that. You know where the girl's gone?
He's away from snoopers like you.
Oh, that's not kind now, Maggie. Could you give us a hint?
Leave the poor girl in peace, can't you?
How many times do I have to tell you? Move on.
Haven't got my drink yet. I've got a perfect right.
Keep quiet, you'll blow Maggie's cover.
You know me. Always happy to oblige the police.
Come on.
Trouble?
Oh, no, that's all right. For a bit fresh, that's all. Nothing I can't handle. Where's Emil tonight?
Night off, why?
Just haven't seen him, that's all. Yes, sir.
Well, move it, you silly fella. Move it. Oh, my Lord, did you see that? Now. You stupid...
I'll get us a cup of tea.
It's the game.
I'm not really watching it.
You've been fidget-arsing about all evening. What's the matter with you?
Oh, you know, my exams and all that.
No, I don't know. Your mum said when she went down to see your teacher at the school that night that he said you was very bright. One of his best pupils. Offside? You prunk.
Thanks, Maggie. I reckon you got guts.
Guts nothing. I'm terrified, but I'm angry. And that helps. Yes, sir.
Have you thought about what I said?
Now, use your loaf, Tommy. If our man notices anything unusual, be off like a shot. Can't let you frighten a creep off with a heavy one.
Just a thought.
I know you want to help, but just leave it to us, right?
Miss. Good night.
Good night, sir.
Thanks a lot. That's the best cottage pie I've had in a dog's age.
What do you think of Mr. Stringer?
Could well be a man. Something very off there. Tell your boys to keep an eye on it. Are you sure you don't want me to see you home, Maggie?
No, that's all right, Bill. I've got a car.
Oh, well, no harm in trying. Good night. And take care.
I will. Thanks again. Good night.
Yeah. That bloke was very chatty with Maggie. Do you reckon he's all right?
Yeah, I know him. He's often in here. Maggie says he's an old friend of hers.
Oh, that's a relief. I'll tell you, I'm so jumpy you'd think it was me the rapist was after.
Shouldn't think you're his type. She'll be all right.
Yeah? That's what they said last night, and look what happened to Diane.
Good night, Tommy. Good night, Fred.
Incidentally, Stringer owns a Pawnee movie house. He's home for the night.
As I say, just drive out and make it natural.
She's just leaving now. Something's up. She's turned the wrong way.
Keep driving. Do as I say.
What if I just stopped the car and got out now?
You'd never make it. Slowly. Inside. Walk slowly. Hands behind you.
You shouldn't have done that, Maggie. Now. This isn't what I wanted. If only you knew. But now there's no other way.
You quite finished, Inspector?
I did warn you about that outfit.